Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Raider Sports Network. I'm Nick Sangos alongside Michael Manugan. And tonight, the Raiders take on Aurora Central in what has not been a highly anticipated matchup for either team. Aurora Central sits at 1-6, and the Raiders inside the top 10 in the state. And they're 6-1, the inverse of Aurora Central. So Aurora Central starts off their first drive. Currently 3rd and 7. This Raider defense, so strong. Talk about them in just a minute. Here's 3rd down play. Tossed out to the left. He's got some room to run. Tackle down right around the 1st down marker. First and 10, Trojans. Here's 1st and 10 for the 36-yard line. Run it up the middle. Gain of about 5. Second and 8 coming up. Cannon, quarterback under center. Lefty throws it out to the left side. And it's short of the receiver, so incomplete. Michael Bennett in coverage.
Right there you saw it, Jake Heimlicher. Right there you saw it, Jake Heimlicher coming in, going to block that pass, putting a lot of pressure on the quarterback.
Say, top. I can hear you, and I can hear myself.
Okay.
What can you hear? 3rd and 8, another 3rd down on this drive for the Aurora Central. Cannon flushed out of the pocket, rolls out to his left, flag on the play, throwing deep downfield. Off the hands of his intended receiver.
Yeah, because we were just saying the pressure that the quarterback is, the defensive line is putting on the quarterback is really going to change this game. Rushing him every time. He's only getting so much time in the pocket.
Yeah, this Raider defense, so good up front. Holding coming up here. Raiders wisely decline that one. 4th down. The Trojans. We'll have to punt here. Talk about that Raider defense. See, a lot of state leaders on that D line. Jake Heimlicher first in 5A and tackles for loss. We'll talk about that more in a second. Punt gotten by Aubrey Marshall Parker. Makes one cut around the outside. Had the edge for a moment. And he's brought down right about midfield. Talk about that defense still. Tama Tuatelli. Number 4 in 5A in total tackles. Ben Hecht. Number 2 in 5A in total tackles. At one point, he was leading the state. And then that secondary. Patrick Rowe. Number 2 in 5A in interceptions. In Heimlicher. Number 1 in sacks. Absolutely monstrous year for those guys.
Jake last year leading the state in sacks by a lot, by landslide. And again, this year, showing the same energy, same passion.
Now it's the offense's turn. Justin Lamb now in the shotgun, as he most of the time finds himself in. Hands it off up the middle. Keon Martinez bounces around the edge. Breaks a couple of arm tackles, and here he is around the edge. The 10, the 5. Stepped out of bounds at about the 20-yard line. Kept running like so confidently. I thought he was going to march in for a touchdown.
Yeah, it looked like from over here he was pushed out of bounds. So, you know, you saw broke a couple tackles. Looks like he was going to be brought down, only getting like a 2-yard gain, but no.
Lamb now throws out to the right side. That's Levi Rush, I believe. Excuse me, Tama Tuateli.
Tama's been doing a great job this year with receiving the ball. Usually don't see him that much, but last game we saw him on the flea flicker with making the throw, so he's had a lot of action in the offense other than just blocking.
Yeah, his name comes up in the passing category. That 38-yard touchdown toss last game. And right now he's sitting on a QB rating of 177, which is just about perfect. Obviously, it's not the role he finds himself in mostly. Using it mostly as a running back. Last year, only on the defensive end, this time playing both sides of the ball. We talk about week in, week out. All these athletes playing both sides of the ball. They hand it off up the middle. Martinez muscles his way through for a little bit.
You were just saying it's not bad for Tama to be ranked like that when he doesn't even play quarterback. So,
Keon Martinez is just a fantastic running back. Number 6 in total yards in the year in 5A. 953 yards. And they'll fake the handoff to him, throw it across the middle. Wrapped down short of the end zone. Good tackle there. That's Tama Tuateli again. On the year, Tama Tuateli has 54 yards receiving coming into this one. Lamb, excuse me, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Well, I was just going to say Justin Lamb also put up numbers on the year, 10 TDs and 2 picks. And great job, 1,000 yards already.
Wouldn't be surprised if they go with the option here. It's been working for him all year.
And they hand it off up the middle to Martinez. Did he get it? He did. Touchdown, Regis Jesuit.
Regis coming off right on their first drive, putting 6 points up on the board. First team to put them up. Not bad.
Great work by Keon on that drive. Really kept it along. This is Pierce Thrasher on for the extra point. And that one's good. So 7-point lead here early for the Raiders.
With DJ Jackson out for the rest of the season, it's really going to be up to Keon for the rest of this year to carry this team going into the playoffs.
Yeah, you talk about DJ. He had 59 yards in the year. Was significantly getting less carries than Keon Martinez. Last year he was splitting time with Alfred Jones. This year, really expected him to have more of a lead role, but he took that injury. He's been shaken up all year. So they've leaned heavily on Keon Martinez. He's doing a great job. Just about at 1,000 yards. Certainly expecting to reset here today. Kick off. It's going to fall out of bounds. So flat coming up here for the Raiders. Ball we placed it, I believe, the 40-yard line.
That's a problem Regis has been having all year. He's on the kicking side. Going out of bounds, missing field goals, extra points. So that really needs to be built up strong by the end of the season.
Excuse me, ball we placed at the 35-yard line. But talking about that, the Raiders love going with that little short kickoff. They actually got one back, I believe, a couple weeks ago after it was bobbled, but put a lot of pressure on those guys. Not used to handling the kickoffs like that. Can do a lot of damage, but occasionally it's going to result in something like this. So here's Cannon. Under center. Man in motion. Hand off up the middle. And that is just shut down immediately. Great work there.
That Raider defense isn't going to let that run game go very long tonight. Aurora Central is going to have to find something else to use.
Pick up a 2. This Trojan team moves a lot more methodically than the Raiders do on the offensive side. Huddle. After each play, it seems. Cannon under center. Hand it off again. This time picks up about 8. Right around the first down marker. Now, Michael, something I'm really noticing here is definitely a different energy in the Luke Kellogg Stadium than it has been in the last couple of weeks. A lot of big-name programs coming to town. Aurora Central might not carry that same weight, but it certainly just feels like a wasteland out here.
Yeah, energy's really down low. It looks like the only people in the student section are standing, so standing at the front of the bleachers. So no one's sitting in there. So any of you guys watching tonight, come on down, bring up the energy. Looks like key player to watch tonight is Parrish for Aurora Central, leading in rushing and tackles this year. So senior.
Aurora Central takes a quick timeout before their 3rd and 1 coming up here. It's going to be a key play here in the first quarter because Raiders are really building up some momentum, really stopping this Aurora Central offense, and they could desperately use the first down. Only have 1 in the night. Of course, it's only 2 drives deep into the game. But the Raiders have had their number. Certainly something to look out for here for the rest of the contest. Real quickly, Michael, might as well, while we got some time, shout out the entire RJ journalism program. Absolutely taking home some hardware yesterday at J-Day. Journalism Day, high school journalism day, that is.
Students that write the magazine winning first place in the state, getting the All-Colorado Award.
And, we did a pretty good job ourselves as well, picking up first best broadcast of this year so far. So keep it right here, man. You're watching
the
Raider
best
Sports
of the
Network.
best.
Exactly. The highly acclaimed Raider Sports Network. Here it is. Cannon around the outside, keeps it himself. The Wildcat. He's got enough for a first down.
Looks like Aurora Central is going to try to stay in this game as long as they can. Even though Regis is so strong and such a highly ranked team, looks like Aurora Central is really into this game.
Of course, be quite the upset. Raiders currently sitting number 4 in the top 10. Valor number 1, Pomona 2, Eagle Crest 3.
And their only loss being to Mullen after the controversial play, the option.
Indeed. Confusing play right there. A little trickery, but shut down. A little end-around action. Tackle for loss again for Jake Heimlicher. Adds to his already impressive total. 3-yard loss. 2nd and 13 coming up here. Something to look out for here is whether or not Aurora Central is going to start to air it out. We really have not had a lot of success early. Still early, obviously, but not too many yards picked up in the air. They're really keeping it on the ground. Here they go. Thrown out to the right. It's caught. Cut inside for a moment and then brought down.
As you're saying, they're really moving slow. They're letting this clock run. they take that play clock down really low. Looks like it's always under 5 seconds before they snap the ball.
Certainly allows for more methodical offense, but this Raider defense has some time to rest.
It's definitely something they're not used to.
Absolutely. A lot of high-tempo offenses. Of course, Cherry Creek, Mullen, they've had to face, so different tempo here. Rolls out to his left, fakes the pitch, keeps it himself. Fumble. Ball's on the ground. Raiders think they have it. That was Covington, the quarterback. No indication yet. Don't know what happened. Raiders celebrating.
Looks like Aurora Central's walking off, so.
Indeed, it's a fumble. Covered by Regis Jesuit. Great work there defensively. Aurora Central starting to move. Covington had a nice little fake pitch, looking like Rajon Rondo out there with the fake pass. Tucked it himself, but punched loose beautifully. Gino Macias recovering that fumble. He has been such a major factor on this defensive line. Here's Lamb, flanked by two running backs. He's got Marshall Parker out to his right. Gives it to Keon Martinez. Pick up a couple.
Keon looked like he was going to break free on that. Brought down by his right leg. Someone was holding on to him.
2nd and 7 coming up after the 3-yard gain.
Looks like Regis is going to slow down their offense too.
Indeed, but no huddle still. Getting play calls from the sideline. Similar to a lot of college offenses. Here's Lamb. Goes across the middle. Over the hands of the linebacker and into Marshall Parker's grasp. First down, Raiders. Marshall Parker's having quite the year too, Michael. Just been absolutely on fire.
Yeah, he's been able to catch that ball and break free going up the middle. 406 yards this year, not bad. 23 receptions. Definitely a key player.
Lamb hands it off to, keeps it himself. And now he's got some room to run around the edge. Pushed out of bounds. Inside Trojan territory. Flag on the play, though.
Definitely a, not just a quarterback. He can run the ball and really shows. So we're talking about that option play. Every time if he wants to keep it, he'll keep it. And he can go pretty far. So not bad for a quarterback who's with his height. You know, definitely a stud to run like that.
Although on that play, benefited from a holding. Play will get taken back. Ball's on the 30-yard line now. Something interesting I just noticed, Michael. I've been saying Cannon, but Covington's been in the game thus far. And I just saw Cannon warming up on the sideline for Aurora Central. Something to keep an eye out for.
Looks like Covington's a freshman too, isn't he?
Indeed. Could be using both. It's been tough to tell from our angle, but Cannon's got a couple of receptions tonight. Another penalty coming up on the Raiders. False start this time. Something I'm noticing too, Michael, that I'm liking is having these referees mic'd up. Makes our job a lot easier.
They've really been able to help us out.
Here's Lamb now. Flanked again by two running backs. Tuatelli and Martinez. Martinez is the motion man. Fixed hand off to top of Tuatelli. Looking deep downfield. Got a man open.
Hard to tell who that was from here, but
Cade Mendenhall.
What a stud.
On the reception. Big gainer coming up. Not a touchdown, though. Looked like it might have been from my angle, but they mark him down.
Looks like it's 4 yards away.
Line. They quickly hand it off up the middle. Touchdown, Regis Jesuit.
Looks like that's 2 on the day for Keon.
Indeed.
puts the Raiders up on the board again. And Aurora Central, with this slow offense they have, they're going to have a lot of time of possession, but if they're not going to score, it's really going to hurt them. It's going to backfire as the clock winds down, almost the end of the first quarter, 1:27 left to go.
Thrasher on to kick the extra point. The snap is fumbled. Mendenhall, the holder, couldn't grab onto it, and he's taken down in the backfield. So, PAT, no good.
Even though this game should be an easy win, and that's something you got to really work on your fundamentals in this game when you play big teams like Mullen and Creek going into the playoffs. Those mistakes can't happen there. That's why we got to practice from here. This is definitely more like a practice game for the Raiders, so if they can work on fundamentals, really would be key.
Of course, this is high school football. Anything can happen, man. That's what I love about the game. But you are right. This is not a highly anticipated matchup. Certainly might see the Raiders try some things. I've been noticing on their extra point attempts, they haven't been going to that two-point stance, I like to call it. They can go.
They're setting up on the right side.
Exactly.
And moving over.
Either for the extra point or for the two-point conversion. And this one, ball was...
Looked like it was going to go out of bounds,
exactly.
But then tipped.
But then it was gotten inbounds by Aurora Central and shoved out of bounds. That was Covington. The ball's at the 8-yard line. Terrible field position for Aurora Central coming out after the Regis score.
Looks like some energy is building up in the student section, but same amount of people, so.
Certainly, I'm surprised by the noise.
It's great weather out here tonight.
Great weather, but I'm surprised by the noise in the student section. So few making so much. It's a beautiful thing. Aurora Central hands it off. Bounces around the outside. Taken out of bounds. Good enough for a first down. And again, from our angle, tough to see who's in at quarterback for the Trojans. It's a 19-yard pickup. Now much more reasonable field position at the 27-yard line. See what number that guy's wearing. Again, a little bit more confusion in the backfield, but taken down for loss by that Regis Jesuit defensive line. Off the handoff. That was A.J. Smallwood on the tackle. Again, a 3-yard loss. Now, Michael, do you know if J.T. Camber's playing today?
Not sure. Haven't seen him yet.
Certainly big impact player. Him alongside Smallwood, Heimlicher, Macias. Just a stout defensive line. And the secondary ain't too bad either. Patrick Rowe having a great year. Michael Bennett just coming off injury. And again, shut down immediately. What was that play?
Gino Macias had a great play against Mullen when he recovered that fumble. Caused the fumble, recovered, and brought it back for a touchdown. So.
Indeed.
Definitely a great player, built strong.
Dual sport athlete as well.
Varsity baseball, committed to the Air Force Academy. So, just playing football for fun, but still competitive about it, which is great. So we were saying with Sam the other night how this team really has a competitive spirit. So, that'll take us to the end of the first quarter, Nick, but.
Indeed it will. So 13-0 lead going into the second quarter for Regis Jesuit. Michael, give me a little synopsis of that first quarter.
So far, as I was saying, I really think this team needs to work on fundamentals right now, especially against this team when we go into the playoffs and face those bigger teams. We're going to need to know how to make that extra point. So, as of right now, I think that's one thing we need to work on. When we get our next kickoff, work on that kick, not going out of bounds, because that was just lucky for us on that last play that guy up front touched it, but it's definitely going to go out of bounds. So we can just work on fundamentals, I really think that's key for tonight. What do you got?
Well, it's certainly something that's been problematic for the Raiders all year has been special teams. They've really worked on it. 2 first-year kickers, Kevin Green and Pierce Thrasher. Thrasher really shown some flashes of brilliance in the place-kicking duties. And also some times of shakiness, but I think he really can step it up come playoff time. A little more experience under his belt. And I think defensively, just keep coming at this Aurora Central team. Wear him down.
And if I'm not mistaken, I think they were both soccer players. So
They did.
that's where they get their leg power from. And I think we're going to bring on to the air one of our newest Raider Sports Network members. Chalmers Power.
Fancy footwork coming here out of the backfield. Fumble. Ball's loose again. It is Covington, the quarterback. So we'll let welcome on Chalmers. Chalmers, how you doing?
Good, how are you, Nick?
I am fantastic.
Great.
Just enjoying some high-quality football out here. Raiders had a great first quarter.
Yes, indeed. It's a risky start for Aurora Central to fumble that ball 20 seconds or 40 seconds into the first quarter or second quarter.
And already they got to punt it away. 4th and 15. Really short kick here. Fair catch called by Avi Marshall Parker. So some beautiful field position here for the Raiders.
Yes, indeed, Nick.
Chalmers, what does Aurora Central have to do to get back into this one?
I really think they need to start passing the ball more instead of running and maybe hold on to the ball.
Indeed, turnovers. Really been killer for him so far. Almost lost another fumble there, but picked up neatly by offensive lineman. Now the Raiders from the Trojan 42. Couldn't ask for better field position. Lamb out of the shotgun. Rolling out to his right. Cuts back left up the middle. Slides. Gain of about 5.
Nick, our defense, the Regis Jesuit defense is just the wall.
Yeah, doing a great job defensively. Getting a lot of tackle for losses. So far, Aurora Central's defense hasn't been able to match. Of course, how can you blame him with the brilliance of Kian Martinez here tonight? Lamb all alone in the backfield. Flushed out of the pocket. Throws that one along the sideline. Over the head of the intended receiver. Jake Heimlicher, intended receiver. Again, another player who plays both sides of the ball. Heimlicher, all state in tackles. Doing a great job as a tight end as well.
Yeah.
Lamb rolling out to his left. Lobs it up for Marshall Parker. Caught. Good enough for a first down. So the Raiders move the chains again. Now on about the 28-yard line. Lamb now. One running back. Hands it off. Back up the middle. Martinez almost broke that tackle. Unable to. Falls forward for a couple yards. And that's a play see a lot in the NFL. Little have the quarterback roll to the outside. Cut it back up the middle. Little counter from the running back. Really do some damage. Fooling that defensive tackle. Lamb's got Martinez to his left. Three receivers to his right. Throws it out to his left with Marshall Parker. Tries to cut up the middle. Good for another first down. Down at about the 15-yard line. Inside the red zone are the Raiders. 9:17 left to go in the half.
First and 10 Raiders from the Trojan 15.
High snap, bobbled for a moment by Lamb. And he has to take a self-sack there.
You know, it's just the small things that we need to make sure we do right.
It's a 7-yard loss. It's probably a little, definitely smart for Lamb to slide there. Doesn't need to take a unnecessary annihilation.
Yeah, and these defensive linebackers look pretty big.
Absolutely. And a false start. Another killer mistake.
Number 58, 5-yard penalty. Second down.
Now it's 2nd and 22 from the 27. Got to get down all the way to the 5 for a first down.
This drive, there's just been a couple of mistakes that really pushed us back.
Lamb steps back, looking for Marshall Parker in the end zone. He's got him, just overthrown. Marshall Parker got free of his man, using that sheer speed that he has so much of. Eight minutes left to go in the half. Lamb getting calls from the sideline. Still going no huddle. Lamb takes a snap. Drops back. He's got some pressure on the screen. Marshall Parker across the middle. He's got the edge. Dives for the pylon. And he's got it. Touchdown, Regis Jesuit. So they tack on 6 more to their already impressive lead. Now Chalmers to go for 2 here to get back on track. Get up to 21.
Yeah, I think if we really snap the ball correctly and do everything correctly, the small things, I think we could get back on track.
So they'll kick it air. That time clean. 20-0 Regis Jesuit. Can see a new addition to the Raiders student section. Little RJ flag being waved around the stadium by one of the rowdies. So now Raiders set to kick it off. They've had a tough time with that here tonight. Let's see what happens here. Again, short, drops about the 20, takes a nice little hop. Just fielded nicely, and then he comes up the middle. Slows up one defender, still trying to find that edge. Take it down right around the 40. Nice return there. Exactly what Aurora Central needs. It all starts with one play. You want to play to kickstart this offense. Been in a little bit of a rut, making some mistakes.
Returns it to the Aurora Central 41-yard line.
So they wouldn't put it by him. Make a nice little comeback. Covington under center. As the Trojans start off their drive. Fakes the handoff. Rolling out to his left, throws that way. Big gainer. Good enough for a first down.
That pass was well needed, I think.
Pass to Woods is complete.
Indeed, taking your advice there, Chalmers. Starting to throw it a little more.
Play good for a Trojan first down. First and 10 Aurora Central at the Regis Jesuit 46.
Ball at the 46-yard line now. 7:32 left to go in the half. Covington out of the shotgun. So often been under center tonight. Lobs it out to his right side. Nice little move, trying to find that edge. And tackled. And a flag thrown. Could be for a late hit. That was Wood on the reception.
He lost in the play of 2 yards.
Referees take a little time to talk things over.
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness.
Indeed.
Defense,
Unnecessary roughness
yards and forced from the end of the run.
on
First down.
Jake Heimlicher.
15 yards.
You know, it's just these little things that really mess up a football game.
On number 9.
Just do everything right, and you'll win.
Penalty corrected. No longer on Heimlicher, but on Patrick Rowe.
First and 10 Aurora Central.
Rose had a couple of tackles tonight. Again, Trojans. Take some time. Slow things down. Huddle it up. Now Covington. In the I formation. Don't see that too often here in high school ball. Handing off up the middle. It's a neat little play. Have the tight end come around the middle. Take the hand off. Doing a lot of those, not necessarily trick plays, but just handing it off in interesting ways. Multiple freshmen here on this Aurora Central team. Very young squad. Not too many seniors. And that certainly could be an explanation for their lopsided year thus far. Pitch it. Pitch is fumbled. Still bouncing around.
Ball now on the 29th-yard line.
Recovered by Parrish.
Pounced on there by Aurora Central.
An 11-yard loss in the play.
An 11-yard loss
Sorry,
off the mistake.
correction, a 40-yard line.
Yeah, after that 11-yard loss, ball's now on the 40-yard line. Covington out of the shotgun. Throws it across the middle. Spins away from one defender. Taken down by 2. Gets it back to the little past the original line of scrimmage. That was Wood on the reception.
16-yard gain in the play. Brings up 4th and 2 for the Trojans.
Woods plays both sides of the balls as well. listed as running back and a quarterback. Sophomore, 5'9", 165. Fourth and 2. And perhaps could be a lack of trust in the kicker or just a win now mentality, but Aurora Central going for it. Timeout taken by them. We'll see what they do out of that one. Chalmers, what do you think? Should they go for it or try to kick a field goal? Lengthy field goal would be about 40 plus.
I think it'd be a little risky to go for it, but down 20 by 20, I think it definitely could pay off.
Definitely. Got to take those risks when you're down by so much.
Yes, indeed.
Going into halftime could be a nice little momentum booster. 5 minutes to go before the break.
I see a small growth in the student section for the Raiders.
Yeah, they're hanging strong. They're going to kick field goal here, and it's blocked. Just absolutely rejected by the Raiders. And it is taken along the sideline. No one around him. Patrick Rowe. Touchdown, Raiders.
Definitely shut down Aurora Central on that one.
Beautiful work there. Just getting a fantastic jump. I believe Rowe was the one who blocked it as well. Great read by him. I believe he had a blocked field goal a couple weeks ago, too. Could have been on an extra point.
On that note, the special teams department has been looking into Daniel Carr for the big man on campus for a new kicker.
Yeah, RJTV has been lighting it up. Showed off his leg this week. Hit a 55-yarder. That one's good, of course. Just without cleats, without pads. Not necessarily regulation ball. Interesting nonetheless, but Thrasher holding his own. Knocks that one through, 27-0. Raiders absolutely taking command of this game. Stay tuned at halftime. We're going to have Ryan Tierney come on, talk to us about what's been going on statistically in this one. President of the Sports Analytics Club, who done a great job with us all year. Little partnership going on. Excited to hear what he has to say. This is Thrasher set to kick it off. Sometimes they like to go to Kevin Green with kickoffs, but this one deeper than some of the others. Lands at the 10, bobbled, picked up off the turf, and then clobbered down. It's Parrish on the return for Aurora Central. That was Macias on the tackle, adding to his total on the day.
Totally clobbered the returner on that one.
Do you want to do play-by-play for the second half? Covington now, out of the shotgun, trips right, throws that way, and dropped. Was a little bit high, but certainly could have been brought in by Woods. He certainly has been the most intended receiver on the year, including today. Came into this one with 207. and 4 TDs. 270 yards, that is. Excuse me, that's rushing. Receiving. Still in the top receivers on the team, 21 yards. But it's been Smith, the sophomore, 48 on the air, who's been the most attended. Haven't really seen his number called here tonight. Bounce from the outside. Good recognition there by Woods. Takes a couple men down with him. Short gain. He ran for a lot more than it looked like. Certainly could have gotten that edge. Shaking up a little bit after that. So we'll go to the sideline. Smallwood on the tackle. Something I'm really interesting to see how his impact, or what the impact will be, is the return of Michael Bennett to the secondary of the Raiders. He came back, I believe, 1 or 2 weeks ago from a collarbone injury, but he was such an integral part at the quarterback position last year. Coming to the evades a sack, but can't get past the third man. That's Heimlicher, adding to his state lead in sacks for that one. No celebration needed.
Jake's just a beast.
No doubt about it. It's a 10-yard sack. 4th and 17. They got to kick this one. This is Cannon. Set to kick it away. Low snap, bobbled for a moment, and he just had to get that one away. Little knuckleball. Gotten neatly by Marshall Parker. Almost broke a second tackle, but decent little pickup on the return. So 3:06 left to go in the first half. Again, unreal field position for the Raiders. 30-yard line is where they'll start this possession. And it's been a noticeable drop in temperature.
For sure. It's a little chilly out.
Indeed. I have to go to my car, get my sweatshirt. So, Raiders start off this possession. Only 10 yards away from the red zone. Lamb. A little bit out of the reach of his intended receiver, so had to dive for that one. That was Cade Mendenhall on the reception. Had some room to run in front of him. This was the NFL. Perhaps he could have gotten back up, taking advantage of that space. Lamb. Another quick hit out to the right. That one is dropped. Mendenhall.
Got a little
The intended
angry
receiver.
there. Sure.
I think that play's not working, Chalmers. You gotta try something else. Third and 9. Lamb, one running back, rolls out to his right. Looking deep to the end zone. Marshall Parker was the intended receiver and knocked down.
Almost recepted there.
Indeed. Very close. 4th and 9 from the 29-yard line. Be a 46-yarder from here. We know Thrasher's got that leg. That's a bold ask of the inexperienced first-year kicker.
Begs the question, could D-Car do a better job?
Raiders take a timeout, talk it over. Chalmers, what do you think? Should they go for it to kick field goal?
Why not go? Why not go for it? You're up almost by 30. Why not?
I like that attitude. Why not? Got to appreciate the Raiders student section hanging in there.
For sure. Not many people come to these games. The low anticipated games.
No school today for the Raiders. It was indeed a good day to be a Raider. Lamb out of the shotgun. One running back to his right. Rolling out that way. And that ball's caught. A wonderful catch
Flag on the play.
by Marshall Parker. Flag is down. And they did go for it there. Certainly was bold. Perhaps indicates lack of faith in the kicking game. Or that why not mentality. Could be one of those two. Perhaps more so the why not mentality. See what the flag is.
Looked like one of the
Defensive holding.
it looked
Klein
like,
for the yardage. Go ahead.
it looked like one of the coaches was arguing with the official.
9-yard gain, first down, 10 Raiders.
So first and 10 from the 20 for Regis Jesuit. Just on the edge of the red zone. 2:17 left to go in the first half. Here's Lamb, trips left. One receiver was right, running back in the backfield. He's got time. Hops up in the pocket. Now he's going to run. It's going to be a holding call coming up here on the Raiders, I believe. Play took 8 seconds off the clock. Indeed. Indeed, it is holding. So the Raiders will march back to where this drive began, at the 30-yard line. And start all over. Got to get to the 10 for the first down, first and 20.
10-yard penalty moves the ball back to the 30-yard line. First and 20 for the Regis Jesuit Raiders.
Lamb's got Martinez to his left. They hand it off that way. Beautiful juke there out of Martinez. Broke Wayman's ankles. Picked up 3 more after that. Total gain about 7.
8-yard gain in the play. Second and 12 for the Raiders.
Lamb's got Martinez and Mendenhall to his left. 2 receivers to his right. Excuse me, 3. Hops back, takes a deep drop. And that ball over the head of Mendenhall. He was all alone. Nobody even close to him.
No, I think the offensive line could use a little improvement. Give the quarterback a little bit more time.
Certainly was rushed there, indeed. Was Lamb. 3rd and 12. From the 22. 1:15 left to go in the half. See what happens if they don't pick it up, if they go for it or not, but we'll take 1 play at a time. Here's Lamb. Again, steep drop. Looking for Marshall Parker. He's got him. Takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Raiders. Untouched was Marshall Parker. Took it in with ease. .108, still the muscle through in this first half, which has just been all Regis Jesuit, complete and utter domination. Thrasher set to kick this one.
It's good.
And it's good.
Thrasher's kick is good.
34 nothing Raiders.
It's been a real confidence crusher for the Aurora Central team.
Well, certainly wasn't supposed to be close coming in. Aurora Central certainly would have liked to see a closer score going into the half, but a couple adjustments, especially to the offensive side, trying to figure out this Raider defense, which really no teams have done this year, aside from maybe Mullen. They just need a big play on this drive. Take them into halftime with some momentum.
Adami to kick off for the Raiders.
And that's going to be a touchback.
Kickoff goes into the end zone. Aurora Central will have the ball first and 10 from their own 20.
So Aurora Central will start off this drive with 1:08 to go in the half from their own 20. In an offense that has just been stagnated all day. Needs to get something going. At least a big gainer or something. Just to kickstart this offensive effort. Again, stay tuned for halftime. We got Ryan Tierney coming out, giving a breakdown of all the statistic happenings of that first half. And he's going to come on during the second half to do a little play-by-play as well. And I'll take a little break, hand off to him. But for the meantime, this is Covington. Under center, he's got a lot of pressure. Flush out of the pocket, rolls that to the left side. Throwing with his left arm. And a big gain. Clock ticks as soon as the ball is spotted. Go ahead.
He looked almost unguarded.
That's Parrish on the reception. Clock ticks. They're still going huddle. 25-yard gain. $11 seconds have fallen off the clock since the ball was placed. Lackadaisical almost from Aurora Central. Now they take a timeout. Interesting clock management there.
Yeah, bad. Maybe a bad spot to take a timeout.
21 seconds ticked off before they call the T. Would like to see them call that a little earlier. Ball's at the 45-yard line. Need another big gain. And this is where that Raiders secondary really comes into play. We've seen a lot of run game coming out of this Aurora Central team. Put the ball on the ground mostly throughout the contest, but Covington's looked sharp once he's aired it. When he's aired it out tonight. Haven't really seen too many plays broken up by these Raider quarterbacks, and that's not a detriment to them. It's a nod in the direction of Covington. So we'll see what magic Covington's got as he walks up out of the shotgun. Two receivers to his right and left. One running back flanks him. Rolls out to his left. Flags everywhere. And he runs right into a man. Take it back. More flags come. That was just a laundry-ridden play.
Sounded like getting hit by that player. Kind of hurt.
Offside penalties there. Face mask on the defense and illegal formation by the offense. 36. Let's go in the half. Not much time to work with. Referees talk things over for a moment. Play resumes. First and 10 from the 45. Here's Covington, steps up to the pocket, hops free from defenders, tripped up for a moment, spins around another one.
Bold move for a quarterback to be running this much.
Especially knowing that the clock's going to tick. Would have stopped that. He got in the first down, but now it falls inside 5 seconds. Can they get a playoff? 2 left on the clock before they snap that one. This is the last play of the half. Lobs it up that side, tripped up. No pass interference called.
That receiver looked like he was complaining about the no call on.
Certainly could have been called the PI there, but they called it coincidental, and that'll take us into halftime. 34-0, Regis Jesuit leads it. And it has just been all domination. Stay tuned for the next 30 seconds. Ryan Tierney's going to break things down for us alongside Chalmers Powell, and they'll take things over in the second half. Well, I'm Nick Sago saying so long. Enjoy the rest of this contest.
All right. Thanks very much to Nick. I'm Ryan Tierney with the Regis Jesuit Sports Analytics crew, and I'm going to be giving you guys your halftime update. So far through the first half, both teams have been balancing their plays pretty evenly. Passes, rushes, they've been pretty balanced. And both teams have had some pretty good carries. I think you could agree, Chalmers.
For sure.
Aurora Central, they had 6 plays where they gained over 20 yards. One of them was a 40-yard gain. Now, one stat that has been interesting to see this game that we don't normally talk about because it hasn't been a very major role in previous games is error. Aurora Central, they've had about 8 errors throughout the game. That includes like fumbles, drops. They had that blocked field goal or punt earlier, and those have added up and kind of offset that yardage that they've gained, and the score really reflects it right now.
For sure. I think it's fair to say Regis Jesuit also has had their fair share of errors.
That's true. I think this is, I'd say Regis Jesuit is playing very well. They're having a good, efficient offense. But I think the difference between the two teams, they're both playing pretty sloppily. I think you can see, you know, how Nick was talking earlier about how Aurora Central is made mostly of freshmen. Their team is made mostly of freshmen, and that lack of experience is kind of showing. But I think the difference right now is that they've both had their errors. They've both made mistakes, but Regis has been able to convert off of those. They've been able to run it back up for that touchdown after that blocked kick. They've been able to shut down Aurora Central after they have those big losses of yards.
Yeah, that youth on the Aurora Central team could be saying the Regis varsity team up against freshman team.
Yeah, you could definitely make that comparison. They've been putting up a fight. Obviously, the score maybe a little lopsided, but I think it'd be fair to say that both teams are playing with a lot of heart right now. You agree?
Yeah. I think that if Regis cleaned up their errors and did everything and practiced their fundamentals, I think it would make a substantial difference.
Yeah. And going into the second half, 34-0. According to CHASA regulations, after the score goes above 40, there will be a running clock. So if Regis is able to get in a fast score, we'll probably be out of here pretty fast.
Yeah, go watch some TV.
Yeah, but be sure to stay tuned for the Raider Sports Network here. We'll continue to bring everything all the updates in for the second half. And who knows, we might have two different teams coming out into the second half. Obviously, Regis is going in with a lot of momentum into the locker room, but that could all change when they come back out.
For sure. I think maybe they could give some playing time to some guys who don't get so much. Like, I think it was Michael said, it's like a practice game for the Raiders.
Yeah, I definitely agree. All right. So we have 11 minutes left in the half. We're going to take a break right now. We'll be back on the Raider Sports Network in about 10 minutes to bring you all the updates and bring the second half of Aurora Central versus Regis Jesuit. This is Ryan Tierney signing off for now. Stay tuned.
caramel ever. Churro dipped in hot chocolate.
Hot chocolate? I wish I did my mom.
What does that little button thingy do? Yeah. What's the Aurora Central team name?
Trojans.
Trojans.
I'm gonna brush up on my players. I've never done play-by-play before. Justin Lamb.
All right, here's what Nick told me. Ryan's gonna do color. I'm gonna play-by-play. Is that?
Oh, okay.
Unless you guys have different plans.
That
I don't
sounds
know.
good.
Fill me in.
You said I was gonna do play-by-play, but that's alright.
Who's gonna do color?
I can do color, or you can do play-by-play. I can do color.
Honestly, not a big deal.
You can go back if you want. I mean, we have everything covered.
I think if I do like the first maybe start of the third quarter.
Yeah, you can.
And
Yeah,
then-
sure. Sounds good.
You guys digging it?
All right, you ready? Yes.
Do you have that piece of paper with the stats? Also, watch your shoe. There you go. No. Oh. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We're back. Ryan Tierney on color tonight. Michael Manugian play-by-play for the third quarter. So far, we've we've kind of had a great game for the Raiders. Ryan,
Yeah.
Keon Martinez with a couple touchdowns. Justin Lamb took it in on one of them, I believe. Patrick Rowe with the
Block.
punt that was blocked.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely a little bit of a lopsided game thus far, but going into the second half, coming out of the locker room, who knows where the momentum will lie.
No, definitely they're hyped up, as you can tell on the sideline. So, wouldn't be surprised if they come out and score. Really be key for them once they get the kicks going to the Raiders. But if they can get that kick, who knows? Momentum can change quick. As Nick was saying, it's really all comes down to who wants to stay in it the longest. If Regis fumbles this, the whole momentum can change. So,
Definitely.
really key.
These first 2 minutes are going to be crucial for Aurora Central. Actually, more like first 6 minutes. Because there are two things that can happen. Either they can score, or hold Regis off, keep the score at the same, or tack on some points on their side. And that will give them some momentum that keeps the game going. Or if they allow the Raiders to score, Chassa has a rule, if it's above 40, they run out the clock.
Yeah.
So they have a running clock. So that could really shake things up and really kind of put the nail in the coffin for them. So these are going to be some crucial first plays.
Yeah, right there, start off the kick. It was a low kick. Looked like maybe a type of squib kick. It goes out of bounds after the tip by the Raiders. So maybe there wasn't a tip. So it'll go up to what looks like to be the 35. So definitely looked like it was tipped from here. But turns out rolls out of bounds right around the 5-yard line. So they'll have it up at 35. Regis did that once tonight earlier in the game, kicking it out of bounds on the left side of the field. So Keon Martinez really having a great game tonight, along with Aubrey Marshall Parker. It's like
All right.
Keon's going to take it.
Handoff right side.
Keon looks like chains are going to move, so gets the first down on the first play of that drive. And that's going to start off strong for the Raiders. 1st and 10 again. 11:50 left to go, and looks like they're going to go a little bit slower. Still no huddle, but they're going to get the play from the sideline. A college approach, as we were saying earlier. A lot of college teams are doing that.
Definitely.
Keon on the left side of Justin. Justin's going to throw it over to the left side over a linebacker. Cuts towards the middle, gets taken down. So he was to Cade Mendenhall. Great play right there.
Definitely. Michael, going into this second half, it's kind of interesting to see the Raiders. They opted to kick off to Aurora Central at the beginning of the first half. That's a trend. It's happening a lot in the NFL, high school, college football now. If the teams can opt to kick it off to their opponents and hold them off for that first possession, then going into the second half, they have that momentum, and it looks like it worked out well for the Raiders.
Definitely. Looks like Regis is going to be taking their time here. It's like Jack Peppercorn at the bottom of your screen. Jack Peppercorn really having a great year. 52 receptions. Justin's going to give it to Keon. Keon's going to try to cut up to the right side, and he's going to break a tackle. He's going to take it all the way up the sideline before being pushed out of bounds right around the 25-yard line. Great play right there by Keon, able to cut around the outside. Jake Heimlicher there to congratulate him. Great play. Keon really been strong. He looks like he's going to take it up the middle. Someone grabs his leg, able to shake that off and cut around to the outside.
He's a very versatile player. He has a very unique sense of awareness on the field that definitely helps him. As you said, being able to shake off tackles, see what's going on. It's definitely a great skill to have.
Yeah, really smart player as well, as you were saying. First Dillon. There's the option to Keon. Justin to Keon. Keon's on the left side. Looks like he's going to be caught right around the 5-yard line, and a flag's thrown. As you were saying, Keon there, he's able to find the gap, and that's really what's helping him all year.
Yeah, and he's not doing it alone, however. We've had past couple of plays, we've seen some good blocking up the field, making some room for him. It's definitely a team effort, but Keon is definitely able to take advantage of those opportunities.
Looks like Jake Heimlicher with a block in the back on that play. Brings them back now to the 20-yard line. Excuse me, the 24-yard line, so.
We'll see how they can cover from that flag.
So it's 1st and 14 now for the Raiders on the 24-yard line. Wouldn't be surprised if they do the option again. It worked last time pretty well.
Yes, it has. The Raiders, they've been using the option a lot this season. Using the option a lot more. Doesn't look.
Looks like Justin's going to keep it and take it up the middle. And he's in for the touchdown.
That was an impressive run by Justin.
Lamb taking it right up the middle. Bringing it in for a touchdown. Looked like it was a play action. Justin pulled back. Saw it was wide open for him, so he took it.
And
puts the Raiders up on the board now, 40-0 on the first drive of that third quarter. So the penalty did not affect him at all. Obviously, able to score on that first play.
And we were talking about Keon and his awareness on the field. Justin Lamb definitely has those skills as well, being able to see that gap.
The kick is good, so now 41-0. We'll have a running clock for the rest of the game, and that's really going to make this game run a lot quicker and help the Raiders out a bunch. So.
Yeah, Aurora Central really couldn't stop the Raiders from steamrolling down the field for that touchdown right there. And I think the rest of the game, this is just going to be, unless they can make something happen, just some clock time and passing the ball around. With the running clock, it'll be over pretty
So the
soon.
clock's already running right now. Justin scored at 11 minutes, started down to 9:20, so that'll definitely affect the outcome of this game.
Kickoff formation.
It's like kick right to the middle. Take a couple bounces. Picked up right around the 20. Brought down right around, it looks like the 35-yard line.
We'll see if Aurora Central can respond after that Raider drive right there. But based on what we've seen so far, seems like the momentum is not with them tonight.
Aurora Central has only won one game this year, so they're not the best team, but still, anything can happen in high school football. They're 1-6, 0-2 in the league, and Regis in this league is really have a somewhat of a, not an easy conference, but a lot easier than what they've been playing towards Mullen and Creek. Big difference, not as big as schools. So ball taken up the middle there.
And you know,
Looks like it'll be a first down for the Trojans, as you were saying, Brian.
Earlier, Nick was talking about how Aurora Central, a lot of their players on their varsity team are freshmen. So going into a game like this, obviously they've had quite a few errors this game. We had that.
Even their starting quarterback is a freshman, so.
I know. We've had that kickoff that was blocked. We've had several fumbles. You notice those things. Obviously a little more inexperienced of a team, but going forward this year as they become sophomores, juniors, seniors, get bigger, stronger, more experienced.
Covington's going to pitch it off to the left side. Stopped right away by the Raider defense for a loss. Looks like loss of 3.
As I was saying, to get more experienced, we might see a new Aurora Central team in the next few years.
the Rowdies asked me to give them a shout out for a 50-yard field goal they made at halftime. So wouldn't be surprised if they go in to this team as kickers this year.
Yeah, that was definitely impressive. Had the fans really excited. Obviously, the stands have cleared out a little bit, but we still have some.
There's still some energy in here.
Yeah.
Covington under center. Throws it over the middle to no man's land. Looks like Gino Macinas might have had a shot there to pick it off, but unable to get there.
That was a very quick pass. And Mpage had a lot of pressure on him soon and wasn't able to get that nice aim going into that. It's really a testament to the Raider defense so far, keeping pressure on the quarterback.
So now with 6:05 left to go, Aurora Central 3rd and 11. They really need this first down here if they want to try to make this game a little bit closer, but with a running clock, they can't really afford a 3 and out. Rolls to the right side, a shovel pass. Doesn't get enough for the first down, but might be close enough to go for it on 4th down.
We'll see what they decide here. If I were them, I'd go for it right now. 41-0. What do they have to lose at this point?
4th and 7, and they're going to stand on the field. They're on the 49-yard line of their own. Looks like a timeout's going to be called by the Aurora Central Trojans. So with that timeout, we're also going to turn to Ryan Tierney with some stats.
All right, so far in this first half, Aurora Central, they haven't been able to make too much happen. Regis, they had a nice, steady drive up the field. Keom, he made most of those plays. Right now, with this Aurora Central timeout, it looks like they're considering going for it on this 4th down. So far in the first half, second half, excuse me, we're 5:01 left on the clock, 41-point differential. We have a running clock now. So Aurora Central, they really want to have any shot at coming back. They need to score soon because as soon as that gets that differential gets below 40 points again, clock will keep running, and that'll give them some time to maybe make something happen.
Aurora Central now on 4th and 7 on their own 49-yard line. 3rd quarter, 41-0, 5 minutes and 1 second left to go. Covington really needs to find a way to get this first down under center. He's going to do a pitch, and they're going to reverse it the other way. And a pass down deep to the field. It's going to be incomplete, but a great play right there. And Ryan, we saw that same play at, you're going to have to remind me of the school that we were at a couple weeks ago.
Oh, that was that was Legacy.
At Legacy.
Legacy.
That's right. At Legacy, they ran the same play Regis did. They had the reverse pass for the touchdown on the first play of the game from right around the 40-yard line, and the Trojans trying to do it there did not work.
Yeah, weren't able to convert there. It was a good play. It was pretty well executed, but they had about 4 Raiders on the receiver that was intended for the pass, so weren't able to make that work.
Yeah, definitely really going to put, looks like Justin Lamb's out of the game now. It's going to be Ty McGuire and looks like Gordy, 2 sophomores, great athletes. Gordy McKeon, the sophomore, is the quarterback, so definitely trying to improve his game as he'll be starting next year for varsity. Gordy and Ty McGuire, both sophomores in the backfield. Gordy's going to shovel it to Ty. Ty's going to take it up the right side of the field, tries to cut back, but it's brought down by the neck.
Yeah.
It's like 3 yards up, and Gordy got hit hard. Lucky to get that pass off. And looks like Ty McGuire is going to be coming off. So 3rd and 6 now, and Ryan, we've seen this all year. The backup team comes in, and they're not as strong as I think Coach Philman wants them to be, as they'll be the ones starting next year carrying this varsity team. So,
Yeah, I agree with you there. I think Coach Philman wants to see those players develop more. I think that
Gordy, shotgun, throws it over to the left side. It's going to be caught for a huge gain. Taking up to the left side of the field. No one's going to be near him. And he's in for the touchdown. Great play by the Raiders. Gordy able to find him open.
that was a beautiful pass right there.
Can't see who it is from here, but taking up the left side of the field, right around the 40-yard line.
And I was just saying, Michael, like experiences like that touchdown pass, Coach Philman may not have the backup team where he wants them to be right now, but getting them playing time in games like this, giving them good practice opportunities, he's definitely going to be able to build a strong team for years to come.
And that was to Jackson Connolly. Jackson Connolly really starting to show who he is this for the past few games. A couple of returns and really doing a great job this year. Jackson Connolly is played in 2 games so far, and he had a kick return for 28 yards. That was also a legacy to start off the game. So Jackson Connolly, really a star player right now, a sophomore, and he's probably one of the fastest kids on this team.
Yeah, he's definitely making a name for himself, that's for sure. Very skilled athlete, versatile. As you said, kick returns. He's able. He's just good at receiving the ball as well, and he has a lot of potential in him. And Coach Philman definitely very excited to have him on this team.
Yeah, a great star athlete too in track varsity last year. Great player, great athlete, all around.
Yeah, and I don't think this is the last we're going to be hearing from him. As you said, he's a sophomore, and he's got plenty of time ahead of him to continue to help this Raider.
That kick goes way out of bounds, and that's going to hurt the Raiders again. And looks like a fight kind of started to break out on the middle of the field, some pushing and shoving. But the kick goes out of bounds again by the Raiders. Puts them at the 35-yard line. We've seen that a lot tonight. Clock still running down to 35 seconds left to go in the 3rd quarter. Regis is up 48-0. The Trojans are going to have the ball on the 35-yard line. Definitely want to score this game at least once, whether it's a field goal or a touchdown.
Yeah, and I think the fans would like to see that as well, both the Trojan fans and the Raider fans. Just to get a little more hype and energy in this stadium.
There's definitely a lot of people. I don't want to say a lot. There's definitely a crowd for the Aurora Central Trojans, more than just parents, a couple students. Ball's going to be taken on the left side. A deep pass down to the 30-yard line. Goes up and it's caught. Right around the 10-yard line. He's going to be taken down. Looks like right around the 6. Looks like it's number 10 on the reception. Number 27 for the Raiders was the cornerback. Find out who both those people are.
And just like that,
looks like it was Cannon. And Cannon was a quarterback. He had a lot of passing yards this year, but that play caught it right around the 20-yard line. Brings it down all the way. Well, it looks like it's going to be spotted right around the 9. So a great play right there. Bring us to the end of the 3rd quarter. Aurora Central Trojans in great field position. That's going to really change the momentum now.
Yeah, just like that, going into the 4th quarter, this stadium has energy, and Aurora Central does as well.
Yeah, and it looks like it's really going to be helping them out. Number 27 for the Raiders. Let him go right around him. We'll see who that is. Just a minute. Looks like it was Michael Bennett, who just came off an injury. So definitely a little disappointed on that play, but you got to give him credit for coming back in after a horrible shoulder injury. This is his first game being played in. So with that, Aurora Central is in great field position. They're actually on the 5-yard line, so they got 5 yards to go. They're definitely want to score this game, but with the energy that Regis has too right now, I wouldn't be surprised if we see a fumble or safety, something like that.
Yeah, and Aurora Central, so far in this game, they've had quite a few errors in this game. They've had that blocked kick. They've had several fumbles for loss of possession and for loss of yardage.
We're also going to bring on Chalmers, if I said that correctly, for color for the rest of the game, and Ryan's going to do play-by-play. I'm Michael Nugent with Raider Sports Network, and here is Chalmers.
All right, thank you very much, Michael. Here is Chalmers Powell with color. How's it going, Chalmers?
Good. How are you, Ryan?
We have a little bit more energy in this stadium now as we're going to the fourth quarter, so I'm doing pretty well. What a pass by
Indeed.
Aurora Central to I believe that was by Cannon.
Yeah, that was a great play actually.
We have not seen anything like that from Aurora Central thus far in the game. So definitely very impressive and nice to see that energy return to the stadium.
Yeah, for sure. It's hopefully maybe a little bit of a confidence boost for Aurora Central.
Yeah, and it definitely gives the Raiders something to work on. Obviously, very deep pass. Michael Bennett giving that up. That's all right. He's coming off of an injury, so we'll see what happens. All right, we have Aurora Central, and it looks like they are rushing to the right. And he is brought down right about.
You know, I think that this drive has actually brought more pep and spirit to even the Raider cheer section.
Yeah, definitely. All right. That was a 9-yard pickup on that rush. It's 2nd and 1 for Aurora Central. So just a little pop into the end zone, and we'll see if they can get that touchdown and put some points on the board.
The ruling on the field is there was a fumble by Aurora Central.
Oh my goodness.
Hit the pylon. It's a touchback.
It's a touchback for Regis Jesuit. Oh, that's a bummer for Aurora Central.
We could not see that from the distance.
That's a huge upset. That was a great drive for Aurora Central.
So,
but the Raiders just fumbled or caused a fumble.
Yeah, so for the fans, and for us, it was obviously a little bit of a surprise. Very hard to view from where we're situated right now. Aurora Central, they fumbled off of the pylon in the end zone. They fumbled off the pylon, so they're right there. They're so close. They fumbled, and it was a touchback. So now the Raiders with the ball, and it looks like we have Gordy on the field as our quarterback. He hands it off to the right. Short pickup. Nothing too exciting right there.
That had to suck. That's a bummer.
Yeah, Ty McGuire right there with the carry. He's getting some more minutes in as a sophomore. Definitely a great, very fast player. Also an excellent student off the field. Very involved in the Regis community. And we have a pass to the left, brought up for a few yards gain.
That looked like that one hurt.
And a pass to Bell. 4-yard gain on the play. And we have 8 minutes and 54 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Oh, and it looks like Gordy is going to rush it up. He jumps over the tackle And it's a gain of roughly 10 yards. Got the Raiders a first down. That was really impressive, the athleticism there. What do you think, Chalmers?
Yeah, that was a great jump. Maybe he should play track.
Yeah,
Jump some hurdles.
Yeah, that was definitely drew some oohs and ahs from the Raider section. And we have a pass to the left. 2-yard pickup on the play. Solid passing. Just grinding out that yardage and the clock for the Raiders. Right now, 48-0. Tough break after that touchback for Aurora Central. But now, as the clock is nearing the end of the fourth quarter, Raiders just need to hold on to the ball, keep grinding out yardage and time on the clock. And it looks like McGuire's going to rush it up the right. Gets hit. And a couple of yards gained on the play. 6 yards right there. And that was going to be good for a first down for the Raiders.
I've noticed a couple high snaps by the center. Hopefully he can bring those down and get a good end of the game.
I've noticed that as well. Gordy rushing up the left, gets brought down, gain of roughly 5, and we have an injury on the field for Aurora Central. A 10-yard gain on the play. That's impressive. And we will let the medical staff tend to the situation on the field. 6:50 on the clock, 48-0 Raiders. First down and 10 after that run from Gordy. That was interesting. I noticed, as you were saying, a lot of high snaps, Chalmers, from the center. That one was right up by Gordy's head. So obviously we have some young players on the field, but Gordy was able to still go out and do that run.
And on the note of the injury, it didn't look like the player got hit by he got hit by Gordy, and it didn't look like he got hit that hard.
Well, you never know.
Yeah.
We'll let the medical staff determine. We all pray and hope that he is all right.
For sure.
As we have to remember, we're watching football. This is all these kids. They're students. They're kids. And we hope for their health and safety, as always.
Hi, I'm like on mic, so yeah, so I gotta go.
And the medical personnel.
Over on the Aurora Central side, like on by the
Medical personnel have the player up now,
I gotta bye.
and they're helping him off the field. We all pray that he will be okay.
Looks like a leg injury.
We don't want to make any assumptions. Anything. Don't talk about what type of injury it is, because college scouters watch this stuff.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
All right.
So we all hope, as the player is leaving the field, we hope for his health and safety. Now the Raiders and Aurora Central back taking the field. And we have the camera panning in right now. Got the Raiders. It's 1st and 10. 6:50 left in the fourth quarter. Ball on the 47. Aurora Central's 47. Snap high. Have whistles blown
Ryan, do you know what that's for?
We have
False
a false
start.
start on the Raiders. No flags thrown, but they call a false start, so that will bring the Raiders back. 1st and 15 from the Raiders 48. Clock is running right now. 6:13 left on the clock, so that took about 40 seconds off that clock, that one play. High snap, handoff, fake handoff, excuse me. Gordy rushes it up left. That was a nice trick play, and it's a gain of about 8, 9 yards.
It looks like it even tricked the cameraman.
Yeah, definitely. That was a good play. That was a gain of 10 for the Raiders. So now they're on the 42 of Aurora Central. Nice fake handoff by Gordy and McGuire working together on that. Have Gordy in the pocket. He gets rushed from the back and taken down for a loss of about 1-2 yards.
You know, it's been interesting. Gordy's been running the ball quite a bit, running it himself, which is an interesting tactic by a quarterback.
Yeah, definitely. It's definitely a testament to his awareness on the field. He's able to see those pockets when they present himself. But on that, Aurora Central's defense, we have Gordy, as you're saying, rushing up the field himself. Rush right. That's a gain of quite a few yards, and we have it at the 25. 1st and 10. That was impressive. Now we have D'Angelo coming in for the quarterback position. He's a junior and hasn't seen too much playing time this year, but
Like I said in the at the end of the first half, hopefully we could get some more less experienced or players that don't get to play as much in here. And Coach obviously is taking this opportunity to do so.
And we had McGuire there, Ty McGuire, sophomore, with a rush. Gain of 2 on the play, but other than that, not too much action. We got a snap. Oh, a snap. Fumbled snap. And we have Aurora Central and the Raiders wrestling over it. Not really wrestling, but
maybe this fumble could be a new opportunity for Aurora Central to get back on the offensive and hopefully score.
Yeah, right now we'll see what the refs say. Who had the recovery? It looks like it was recovered by Regis, but it was a 7-yard loss on the play. And even if Aurora Central had recovered that, we have 2:54 left on the clock. Their number one enemy right now is time.
For sure.
A 48-0 right now. It's a bridge too far for them. Snap high, and a handoff to McGuire. He's running up, juking out, breaking some tackles, and he gets
great run.
Yeah,
by
definitely.
McGuire.
He gets brought down at the 9. So that was a 21-yard rush. Definitely substantial. Good experience for him to have. Being a sophomore, he is one of the future. He is the future of Raider football. And now we have 1st and 10 for the Raiders, and it looks like D'Angelo's going to rush it himself, and he gains quite a few yards. He gets brought down at the 4-yard line, so 6 yards on the play.
2nd and 4 on the 4. We have 1:31 left on the clock.
Now, it might be wise for Raiders just to end the game and kneel. And there's no need to score, but, why not?
We'll see what they do right here. And it looks like McGuire's going to rush it in for a touchdown. So that will bring the score up to 54-0. Great touchdown for McGuire. Nice clear path up the field. And with 1 minute left on the clock, this game is winding down. We have Thrasher out. Excuse me. Let's see. We have Thrasher out to kick it, kick the extra point. We have 36 seconds left on the clock, so after this kick,
That would be the game.
that's pretty much it. We'll see if he can tack on one more point. And the kick is good. So with 22 seconds left on the clock, 55-0 Raiders.
It's been a great game for the Raiders overall. There's been a few hiccups, but overall, great defense and great offensive. A couple great offensive drives.
Definitely. And now all the players take the field to congratulate each other. 0 seconds left on the clock. Final score, 55-0 Raiders. A little bit lopsided. Both teams played with a lot of heart, but Raiders came out on top for this one. Definitely pretty impressive showing for the Raiders. We had good performances by Kiam and by Justin Lamb, by some of our younger players like Ty McGuire on that last touchdown.
We're off there.
And so we're going to sign off in a few minutes. Do you have any last remarks, Mr. Chalmers?
I think overall, I've said this. I said this before. It was a great game. Aurora Central tried their best, but it's hard to put up against this wall of a defense.
Yeah, definitely, and that will bring the Raiders to 7-1 for the season. Definitely up there in the rankings. And now the players go home to enjoy
Their nice long 4-day weekend.
Yes, nice rest of their Friday night and their Saturday, Sunday, and Monday breaks from school. So with the Raider Sports Network,
We would like to thank you for tuning in. I'm Chalmers Pell, signing off.
and I am Ryan Tierney with the Raider Sports Network, signing off. Thank you very much for watching. Be sure to tune in next week for more Raider football action right here on Raider Sports Network. Thank you. Have a good night.